Welcome to ChessStrategiesBlog.com. Today we're going to see an illustration of the power of the queen. Hope you enjoy it. I wanted to give you a video about to demonstrate the power of the queen. And in order to show you that, I'm going to compare the queen to the other pieces of the chessboard, the knight, the bishop, and the rook. Normally, the most that these pieces can do is check in two different ways. So for example, this knight here can move to F3 and give check, or it might move to G4 and give check. So the knight can check two different ways. From H2 it can move to G4 to give check, or F3 to give check. And the same thing with the bishop. The bishop can give check in two ways. The bishop can move to G3 and give check, or it can move to C3 and give check. So the bishop can check in two ways. If it starts at E1, it can move to either of these two squares to give check. The rook can give check in two ways. The rook can check by moving to E2, or it can check by moving to B5. So these pieces can each, the rook, bishop, and knight, can each check in two ways, and that's the most ways that any of these pieces can give check. The queen can move like a rook or like a bishop, and it can check combining these moves. It can move like a rook and give check like a bishop, or move like a bishop and give check like a rook. So in this position, the queen can, moving like a rook, check from E2, or it can check from D5. It can also make two moves like a bishop and check from F4, or it can check from C3. The queen can also move along the second rank and give check like a bishop from B2. So here the queen has moved to B2, moving like a rook but giving check like a bishop. And it can give four checks in this way. The first one from B2, second one from H2. You can give a check moving like a rook and checking like a bishop from D4 or D6. It can also move like a bishop, moving along the diagonal, and check like a rook. So it can move to A5, check, or it can move to G5, check, and finally it can make two moves to the E file and give check along the file there. Queen to E3, check, or queen to E1, check. And if I've counted correctly, that's 12 different checks that the queen can deliver. Now admittedly, this is a somewhat artificial position. In many places, if the queen were in the corner, for example, say it were at B1, it could not give 12 checks. It could probably only give 10 checks. I haven't counted. But also the queen might be blocked by its own pieces or enemy pieces, and some of those checks that the queen can make in this position, the queen would be captured, so it would have to have a piece to guard it. But I did this just to illustrate how powerful the queen is, and I hope you can see that. Well, that's it. Thanks very much for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to my videos and give this video a rating, and visit my chess blog, www.chessstrategiesblog.com. Talk to you next time.